those neural pathways are being established in our brains. They're occurring without us really knowing. It's a very unconscious thing, right? As we get into self improvement, we have to build a different type of brain. Obviously, I had a mental breakdown. That's what happened. Went online, asked Andy for help, signed up. Pretty much from there, dude. It was one of the most. It was the best time of my fucking life, man. It was the best time of my fucking life. I still can't believe that. Just turned everything around in an amazing way. Lost 80 pounds. Like lost my virginity. It's a crazy story, dude. Like, it's genuinely nuts. Like if you, I mean, I still often it comes back to me, and I just think about these things, and it's insane. Like I had that crippling approach anxiety. It would take me like 4 or 5 hours to talk to one person. If
Yeah,
you
I
see me
remember.
now, if you fucking see me now, it's crazy. Like I talk on an average week to about 100, and I love it. It's fucking nuts, like how far you can go. That was genuinely your coaching that did that for me because I fucking failed to do it myself the whole time, like 12 years before that. I listened to your stuff obsessively, and then like when I went all in, you have to be dead ass serious about it. I've never failed when I've gone all in. It was the life changing thing. Signing up with you was the life changing thing.
Ladies, gentlemen, and people who are ready for an absolutely amazingly insightful topic into mindset, into mental shifts and habit building, Andy here. I went from depressed and suicidal to living a life of abundance and joy. If I can do it, you sure as hell can too. This is a really interesting conversation with Ravi, who's one of my coaching clients. He recently finished up with his coaching. I coached him for about a year and a half, and he's been on my channel before. I've talked about his transformation. So you can see, on the left, big, chubby guy. On the right, amazingly handsome stud muffin. And we had this really interesting conversation. We sat down to talk about where he's been or what he's been up to, where he is now, because I've interviewed him in the past and I thought it would be fun to reflect on his journey after the coaching has ended. So we had this amazing conversation. And I want to read out something that he had written as a comment on my YouTube channel. And it's the reason why we sat down and did this interview, actually. And he talked about a lot of the changes that he'd made. And if you're not familiar with his story, he was a virgin at like 30, and he was really depressed, really overweight, didn't think that women would ever be nice to him. He's since then started a business. He's gotten laid a hell of a lot of times. He's fallen in love. He's done all this cool stuff. But I'll read out this comment so you can hear it from hear it from his point of view. So he says, I remember when I first joined the group, and he's talking about coaching, I answered the how serious are you about changing question as 12 out of 10. So I ask a question, I say, how serious are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And he wrote, I am 12 out of 10, motherfucker. Since then, 80 pounds lost, much muscle gained, many lays, friends with benefits, 100 dates, 1,000 approaches, many countries traveled, a brand and a business started. Current clients include several high net worth individuals, one hedge fund manager, one former pop star who was also Britney Spears' assistant, and a bunch of incredible people. So he started his own amazing business. Success is a lifestyle choice. This group is a family. Once you're in for life. I'm headed to a European trip with one of my best bros I met from the group. I'm not too fussed about dating right now, but my Tinder has over 120 matches. I've spent literally 15 minutes on the app total in the last 4 days. And I'm moving in with this same guy, as in a guy that he met in the coaching program, next month. And we have very ambitious goals for what we will achieve. This will be the second person from the community I've lived with and worked alongside. All are welcome. Just come in, work hard, regardless of where you may be. Just bring your willingness to change and your enthusiasm, and we will do the rest. Let's go, new recruits. So, absolutely amazing fucking human being. He's done so unbelievably much in the last couple of years that I've known him. I think you're going to love this story. It's a really interesting insight into the mind of someone that really struggled at the start, really didn't feel worthy, had a laundry list of perceived problems and flaws, and he had so many limiting beliefs, and he was able to sort of work through them. So in this conversation, we talk about how he did it. I hope you guys find it useful. Go out there and crush your goals.
We are just talking about the utility of like the mainstream appearance of some spiritual concepts and how in athletes in sport, like for example in the NFL, I know myself down the grapevine, I've heard of like many really highly regarded players who've got mindset coaches who will have daily conversations with like 5 minutes a day, you know. And there's this one, his name's Trevor something or other, a really interesting guy, but he's got like just four core ideas that he just drills into people. And some of his athletes are the best in the world, literally the best in the world. And this guy eventually like stopped working with one or two. And it's interesting how even though they're the best in the world, obviously have the best genes, the best abilities, and all that sort of shit, their performance like declined.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. It's a mission critical thing, and I don't think anyone is really ever going to realize their full potential. At some point, you come up against these things around like your psyche, around things that you need to really grasp with, right? Um, yeah, this is my opinion. Part of this game, part of the journey.
You're gonna see it. Like, I know you're already doing this kind of shit with your coaching, but like, I predict that this becomes even more important for you. Like, and even as in what you're coaching people on. Like, you already knew that in my coaching program. It's like we start getting towards a point where it's like, bro, half of what we're going to talk about is mindset. I can see both of us just becoming like full on mindset coaches, and like the sex, the dating, the money. It's like, yeah, bro, that shit's the easy shit. The mindset shit's the difficult shit.
Yeah, I actually completely agree. I actually genuinely completely agree with this, and the reason for this is the mindset is infinitely more valuable than anything else. I'm going to be quite transparent and honest about that. When I was in your program, it was that was the $1 million thing. That's the lifetime value. That stuff gets me through everything. That stuff when things get hard, it's those things that are memories in my mind that are burned into my brain. Like even just think, I can just recall things that happened during that whole phase, things that you went through, things that you were transparent about, things that you shared. They're the most powerful things.
Mm.
And whether it's dating, whether it's, I mean, all of those sorts of things. I mean, all great things, all wonderful, right? It's good. It's good to look for a partner. It's good to look for love. It's good to want to, certainly in my case, I want to start a family. It's good to pursue our business objectives. All of those things are fantastic. When that shit gets really tough and it's inevitable, man, you need this stuff.
Yeah, man. When I was, my biggest mentor is Chris from Good Looking Loser. When I was going through my toughest phases, it was the mindset articles that I cared about. It wasn't like, how do I talk to a woman? How do I stick my penis in a vagina? It was like, what do I do when I want to quit? It was, the most meaningful article to me, and the one that I read probably 100 times, was like, relax, you will eventually get laid. Because it was essentially an article about like mindset. It's like, look, you're going to make it. It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to have insecurities. It's okay to feel like you want to quit. I promise if you just don't fucking quit, you will make it. I read that article hundreds of times, man, because I feel like that's the shit that you need when you're having that like night or dark night of the soul. You're having those moments where you're really struggling. You need someone to just basically be there and be like, hey, look, it's okay. I promise you'll make it. Don't fucking quit. Because I feel like with goals, self improvement can feel so fucking lonely. Even though we might have a support network, you're the one that's out there on the front lines. You're the one that's like saying to the clients, "Go, hey, would you like to pay me money?" You're the one that does the goddamn work. And so, I feel like just knowing that someone gives a shit and understands what you've gone through and can say like, "Look, I promise you will make it. Just don't quit. It's worth it when you get to that promised land." That's worth its weight in gold, man.
Completely agree. It's an indispensable thing, and I've thought about this long and hard because, as you know, Andy, like with me, like I tried for many years, like 12 years, to try to make it work myself, and I really couldn't. And it was when I started working with you, everything started to take place. And I thought about like, why is that? What is the mechanism in the brain? This is complete bro science. This is me pontificating here and just trying to understand it. And I think because we are evolved to be very tribal as organisms, I think that's just our construct. Like we ping off each other and we like evolve to be in small groups of maybe like five, six other 10, 20 other people. And we just respond to that in a certain way. Because I know myself, there was things I was stuck on for 12 years. And until you told me, no, you can fucking do this, I didn't do anything about that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about here, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like it's like you get these little nuggets that are like little red pills that you get given, where you've gone through your whole life, and I had a million of these as well, where you have just these limiting beliefs, or you've never even contemplated that something might be possible, or maybe that the way you're going about things is not working. You don't even think those things, and somebody comes along and they're like, "Bro, why are you doing that? Bro, that's goofy. Do
Yeah.
this other thing instead." And you're like, it's like a complete fucking paradigm shift, but it's more than that. It really is like a little red pill where you're like, holy shit, the matrix is like broken.
A conglomeration of those red pills over
Mm,
kind of time. Like they form your mental toolkit and they form your like paradigms and principles. And I think the honestly one of the biggest ones I learned from you that is, in my opinion, the most powerful. You don't quit. Like you do not quit. Like that. That I mean, if we consider any goal, like anything that's really good to accomplish. I mean, dude, we both accomplished a lot in many regards, like and things that are really tricky, like overcoming depression. That's really hard, man. Like many don't. You know what I mean? Already, like you're a statistical outlier for that, and many other things. Like I did that. I did that as well. I overcame that. Overcoming agoraphobia. Like there's a fucking laundry list of things here, right? And what kind of underpins all that is like you can't quit if you want to get
Yeah.
these things done.
And it sounds so simple, dude. It's like a lot of the time when you say it, and we underline it, and it's in so many of my articles and podcasts, and I know your stuff as well, where we'll just say, look, the secret code to success to any fucking goal is just don't quit. And people hear that and they're like, oh yeah, wow, just don't quit, bro. Yeah, fantastic. It's like, no, stop
Yeah.
and actually play that out to its logical conclusion. Even if you absolutely fucking suck at the goal, which you and I have at basically every goal that we've done, let's be
Oh
honest.
yeah.
And
Yes.
most of my clients suck. Very few people come to me or to you knowing what they're doing. They usually suck. But even if you completely
Yeah.
fucking suck, if you just don't quit, you will, through sheer force of will, through like basically through accident, you will figure out, oh wow, this thing that I've been doing is fucking retarded. What if I try a different method? And you'll just keep trying different things. And it might take you a long time, especially if you really suck. It might take you years to get even okay at the damn thing. But if you just don't quit, you eventually get okay. Then you get decent. Then you get pretty good. Then you get to a point where, like, what the fuck? Suddenly I woke up one day and I'm top 1% with this, metric or with this one goal that I have. What the fuck? And you can keep going then for the next 40, 50 years of your life and just keep getting better. And so it sounds like such an easy, simplified, just don't quit. You'll get there, I promise. But it's like, no, no, no. Like, literally, that is it. And I think for me, that's why it keeps coming up for me. The one thing that has ever really mattered for me is just don't quit. It is like the secret to all of the things that I've ever done. And I would say the same about you. You're the definition of a soldier. You're just like, and it hasn't been easy for you. Let's fucking make that clear. But you're just like, I don't fucking have a choice here. Like, what else am I going to do? Kill myself? No, so I can't
Yeah.
quit. So I have to just fucking tough it up.
I agree. You see, this is the thing. This is why this is so profound. Like the philosophy of not quitting. You could write 10 books on this. You really can. It's so much more deeper than someone who may want to dismiss it as that. And I'll just explain one of the ways in which it's a very manifest thing. Once you write that onto the walls of your heart, once that is so deeply knit into your DNA, yeah, that will save you from so much that goes on in this journey. Yeah, it will save you from so much. Because when some of this shit is hard, some of it, you're going to go through a lot when you're trying to accomplish anything. I'll give you the example of business. When things can randomly happen. You can think things can just randomly happen. You can lose clients. Yeah, I lost like two on one day, and it was for no reason. They were wonderful. They're going great.
Yeah.
Financial difficulties. That's business. That's
Your,
just
your
normal.
credit your credit card
Yeah,
payment processor just goes, "Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry, like we can't process your payments anymore." So like, yeah, I had that. I've had that happen several times. Yeah,
yeah.
and you're just like, "What the
Oh
fuck do
yeah,
I do?"
yeah. It's just going to happen. Okay, and in that moment, the brain, and it's a very devilish thing. It plays tricks on you. No, Ravi, go back to being a project manager. You were good at that. No, dude, stay in your box. Go back. Just go where you're
Yep,
comfortable.
you're not
Don't
good
try
enough
and
for
level with.
this. This is the proof. See, you shouldn't have done this in the first place. The universe is telling you that you don't deserve this. Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All of that's going to come up. And the only antidote that really exists, the only thing that's going to save you from that when your mind is spazzing out and spiraling is you say, well, no, I don't quit. If there's nothing else I ever accomplish in my life, if there's nothing else that ever works out for me, if really there's just one principle that I just decide this is my hill, I'm going to just die on this one. If you just choose that you're not going to quit, things will work out consistently. I've seen things that when that happened to me in my business, not too long after that, I closed a bunch more. I've got like 12 active clients. Like, yeah, for a first time entrepreneur, like, yeah, doing pretty well. Achieved a lot, right? Was able to move to a different country, get a beautiful apartment, live a fantastic, interesting lifestyle. Where I am now, talking to my friend, he said, for people in their first year, this is like a top 10% outcome, so that's fucking great. Yeah, and it's these things. It's these things that are worth these things in and of themselves. When they are internalized, they're worth millions of dollars. They're worth like they'll get you all the way to the other side. Yeah, and that was the really big thing that I took, man, and have embedded. Things also then these none of this is easy. Yeah, it's not. Believe me. So I know it's not easy for you because I've seen like fucking every one of your videos and like read every one of your articles, and I know you fucking have to go through shit to this day. You know,
Yeah.
and that's just the game. That is the game. We signed up for it, right? Um, so really, the only thing to do to not drive yourself mad is we just decided. Well, I'm not. I'm definitely not quitting, and you know, So you just roll with it for as long as it takes. Um,
Yeah.
and that is in some regards is how you save yourself from just not suffering, right? Because it's the maelstrom, it's the chaos that will cause you to suffer.
Yeah, and there's a weird sort of acceptance if in just saying like, look, I'm not going to quit. Especially and for some of you who say like fuck, but I don't trust myself. Like how do I stop myself from quitting? You basically play it out and say like, well, could I quit? Like what would I need to do to quit? Okay, well, let's say I wouldn't go and talk to any more women. I wouldn't start a business, whatever goal it is that you're working on. Okay, let's play it out and pretend I never do anything towards that goal ever again for the rest of my life. What would that look like? How would I do that? Okay, well, I'd have to go back to my old job, but I really wasn't happy there. So how would I fix that? Okay, well, God, I'd probably have to drink alcohol every day to be okay with it. I'd probably have to eat a lot of junk food. I'd probably have to watch a lot of video games or play a lot of video games because I wouldn't be able to deal with like the noise in my head saying, "Hey, why did you quit? Hey, get back to your goals. Hey, faggot, like this isn't good enough. What are you doing?" And you would have to self-medicate for the rest of your life to deal with the fact that you know you quit. And every single person that I ask this question to, like, do you actually think you could quit? They're like, maybe I could for a year or two, maybe even a couple of years. And then I would fucking hate myself. And I'd be like, I'd have a midlife crisis. Yes. A midlife crisis is your body. It's a beautiful sign from your body saying, hey, listen, come on, like you're capable of more than this. This isn't what you want to do. I see a midlife crisis as a beautiful thing. A lot of people are scared of it and they go, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. No, it's your body telling you something. And so the point is, you would have a midlife crisis, you would have a breakdown, you'd come straight back. So you didn't even quit, you just paused temporarily. I've never met anyone who's like, yeah, I think I could quit for the rest of my life. Like, no, you're not capable of it.
Bullshit.
And
No,
accepting
no.
that instead of fighting against it and going, fuck, man, why are these goals hard? You can just sort of find peace in saying, fine, these goals are hard, but I don't have a fucking choice. Okay, fine. Like, I may as well just get on with the job. And it's a weird sort of, you know, acceptance into slavery. And when I say the word slavery, it's maybe not the right word, but it's just how it feels in my head. I'm like, well, I don't have a choice. I'm a slave to self-improvement. Let's fucking go, baby. If I'm going to do this thing, if I have to do this thing, and I don't feel like I have a choice, I may as well fucking enjoy the damn thing. I may as well have fun along the way and find methods and mindsets and ways of thinking that can mean I don't suffer. And that's definitely something that you've worked and you and I have worked on it together a lot for the last couple of years is like, how do I enjoy these damn goals instead of making it a grind? Because you and me both, brother, you and me both, as much as I
Oh yeah.
gently criticize you for it, it's like you knew you're like Andy, you fucking hypocrite. The entire time,
Mate,
brother,
yeah,
for the
yeah,
first
yeah,
two or
yeah.
3 years, I suffered. I was like, man,
I
these
know,
goals are
mate. I know.
hard. I'm on the grind. This is miserable. And then we both got to a point where we were like, fuck, wait, why do we have to suffer with this shit? Why can't we just have fun with this? And that doesn't mean that it's always fucking easy, but like, I don't have to suffer. I don't have to add extra suffering on top. So, was there anything in particular that started that shift for you where you're like, man, I can enjoy this grind?
Yeah, yeah, dude. It was the strange way in which this works. It's almost like, I mean, I guess I have a spiritual proclivity like yourself, and I'm the way that I do read reality is often that these things and the challenges that we go through are for us to actually grow as opposed to for us to be tortured by these things.
Yep.
The, us going through that experience of like feeling pain, feeling disease, feeling is this going to happen and so on. I almost interpret it as like, okay, well, I'm certainly never going to quit. I, what's this telling me? Ravi, learn how to fucking appreciate these things. Learn how to turn it into some sort of passion to go high in life, right? That is the beginnings of that kind of subtle shift because there's so many lessons in as you orient yourself to not suffer. There's so many lessons you learn, like just that switch, just that switch from going, it's a fucking miserable grind. No, 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 no. Because I used to be like that, right?
Yes.
I did.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, you do know.
That was like, bro, that felt
um,
like every single week of coaching with you. I was like, okay, I know you say that this sucks and you hate this, but what if you just didn't say that you hated it? And it took a little while for that to stick, just like it took a while for me to figure that lesson out too. But
yeah, no, man. Like it's gonna there's gonna be flashes of that from time to time, but it's like so ridiculous. And like I actually am a very transparent person because that's how I catch myself and stuff. That's how I like learn more about my psyche and stuff. Um, and that is exactly the wrong way to think about it. To say like, oh, this is anyone who's just logical and rational and like truly committed, as in like if you're just simply never going to stop. At some point, you just have to just grapple with the fact, okay, I can't do this in a way that I'm going to suffer because it's not sustainable. And then you see the other side of it, like, dude, it gives you more motivation. It gives you more motivation to improve yourself further. It gives you more motivation to read more, learn more, study more, like expand further. Like people when the success leaves clues, right? When people are having a tough time, they double down, they keep going. Like
mm-hmm.
most of my examples of that concept are you, Andy, because we went through like, well, I mean, I've observed you for so many years. I can give you so many examples where it got really, really fucking difficult for you, and no one would have judged you if you threw your hands in the air and said, no, no, no more.
Yeah,
But
so
you
many
just
times I could have
keep
quit.
going.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, and it wouldn't have even been unreasonable. Like it's probably more unreasonable that you just carried on.
yeah.
Just
I've
think
thought
about
that.
things like yeah. No, but on a serious note, consider how when like in the first like 2 years you were like barely scraping bills, right?
Of
Shit like
this
that.
business, yeah, yeah. More
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
first
yeah,
3 or 4 years of this, yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And that's like, uh, well, like even when I think about it, sometimes I'm like, fuck me. I mean, the fact that you just plowed through that experience, like things like that, are huge lessons that we can learn from. And at a certain point, like you see these things in a different way. Like I know for myself right now, I do not believe that things like if your heart really wants them, I do not believe it's out of touch for you. It's
Correct.
there. It's just going to be your own pathway. It's going to be your own timeline. It can be long, and that's fine. Like it looks like however it looks like for you as an individual. You know what I mean? And if you truly do want that thing, and like it is part of your why and your core reason for being in this world, then like I'm so steadfast. I'm so steadfast. You do not fucking give up for that. Like there's nothing that could ever make me give up for my goals because it's my why. I got to that point. I got to that like yeah. Until they throw dirt on me and I'm no longer in this world, I'm just gonna keep plowing forward like someone like a crazy person. And
Yeah, brother.
I don't know how
Yeah,
you
100%.
I don't know how you feel about this, Andy. It'd be interesting to get your perspective, but it's almost like that persistence that like I know you definitely embody, and then even in myself to give myself a little bit of credit, like I've persisted as well, right? Really hard,
You're a
like
soldier.
years.
Yeah, you're 100%.
You
You're a
know,
soldier. Yeah.
those things are like quite powerful. Those things are quite like it's almost a beautiful testimony to the human animal and the human spirit that like we can actually do that.
Yeah, for sure, man. There's something inside us that's capable of greatness, and I like to think you're getting a little bit closer to God or to to a higher power. If you can just not fucking quit and almost like transcend your emotions, transcend your body, transcend like the earthly, what would you call them? Not vices, but like the earthly parts of you, you are transcending to something quite higher. If you say, no, 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 I'm going to tap into something greater than me, like this mission. In other words, what you're saying is this mission, these goals that I have are more important than like my desire to feel comfortable or my desire to just be safe or my desire to like, feel good and feel okay. And not that you don't feel okay when you're working on goals, but I think people know what I mean there. It's like, no, this goal is too important. Yes, right now I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I don't need to know how this is going to work out. And that's where the faith element comes into it. And I've been
Mm.
saying for a while now, I'm going to do a video on faith. And everybody, I promise I will at some point. Leave a comment if you really, really, really want me to do it now. I've already written notes for it. I just have to sit down. But faith is such a huge component of like self improvement. If you're going to go for really big goals, you don't need faith at the start. You just need a little bit of action. But when you're going for those really big goals, I think faith absolutely is important. And I didn't realize that that's what I was doing. I was using faith. I just didn't call it that because I was very anti religious for a long time, probably until the last maybe year or two. And a lot of this shit is just like blind faith. Like you're having faith in your mentors, faith in your coaches, faith in the people that did it before you, faith in maybe the fact that generally speaking the universe provides if you put in the work and do all of that. You're just fucking trusting. You're like a little dog that's walking up to a stranger that you've never met and you're going like, please don't hurt me, like please pat me. And it really does feel like fucking vulnerable. And I can see why a lot of people struggle with that. And I fully understand why a lot of people will go, why should I go to the gym and lose weight? Because then I'm vulnerable. I could fail. And it's like, yeah, but just if you can tap into that trust, I guess, in the universe, trust in other people, trust in the process, trust in me, trust in Ravi when we sit here and tell you, like, you can do it too. We've done it. Other people have done it. We promise you can do it. And at the start, it might feel just like blind faith. You might be like, these guys are fucking retarded. My circumstances are different to theirs. They could do it, but, you know, I'm shorter than them, or I'm this, or I'm that, or my parents didn't love me, or I got abused as a kid, or this. You'll have those reasons come up. We promise if you just go on blind faith and don't fucking quit, that's the key point. Don't do it for like a month and then go, it didn't work. Oh my God, why is my life not better after a month? It's like, bro, it might be, think in terms of years and
Oh,
maybe even a decade for some of
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
But
man, really.
faith, man, faith. Faith is that key missing ingredient.
Yeah. Look, firstly, I completely agree. Like that, I mean, for me personally, like, as I did my coaching with you, over the years, that from my opinion, from my just perspective, that was the thing that you're extremely strong on, like extremely strong on, at a completely outlier like level. Um, your ability to just completely put your trust in universal principles because dude, they work every fucking time. It's old as sand. It's old as the mountains. Yeah, it's just the way the world works. It's nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can fucking. There's no argument I can put to you, dude. It's how it is. It's brute fact. Yeah, you do get out what you put in. If you work for hard enough, you go for long enough, dude. Things are gonna start to work in your favor. Yeah. And this journey teaches you that. Like, I'm glad that we did it the way that we did it in my own development. Like, we started with the big pain point for me. The red shirt year was the big pain point for me that was haunting me my whole life. Attacking that was the most powerful way to really ingrain universal principles because when it got really dark and I still kept going,
Yeah.
and I did get wins and I did get successes. Those are the life changing moments. Those are things you're never the same after that, dude. You're never the fucking same after that. When you literally think it's impossible and you make it happen. Yeah, that's universal principles speaking to you. That's faith shining its light. Yeah, and that really was how it felt to me. It was a religious experience, Andy. I just have to be honest
100%,
with you.
100%, 100%. It was for me too, brother. It absolutely was. And for context, anyone who might say, like, what was the big goal that you worked on? It was you losing your virginity, right? And I think you were
Exactly, buddy.
30, 30, 31.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was 30, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 29, and it was exactly when I was about to turn 30. I mean, I signed up because I was like 29, about to turn 30. Couldn't fucking face the fact that like I was miserable and like really couldn't live like that. I'd read your stuff for a long time. It got to the point where like I was obsessively listening to like your podcast every day, and at a certain point, dude, as it was dawning on me that I'm going to be 30, like I remember one day going into work and fucking. This is an unpleasant story, but it's fine. I'll just tell it. It dawned on me that I was going to turn 30 in a couple of weeks, and I just like projectile vomited everywhere. Went home. Obviously, I had a mental breakdown. That's what happened. And just went online, asked Andy for help, signed up, and then pretty much from there, dude, it was one of the most. It was the best time of my fucking life, man. It was the best time of my fucking life. I still can't believe um, just turned everything around in an amazing way. Lost 80 pounds, like lost my virginity, like all the. It's a crazy story, dude. Like, it's genuinely nuts. Like if you, I mean, I still often it comes back to me, and I just think about these things, and it's insane. That I had that crippling approach anxiety. It'd take me like 4 or 5 hours to talk to one person. If
Yeah,
you
I
see me
remember.
now, if you fucking see me now, like it's crazy. Like I talk on an average week's about 100, and I love it. Like I just like that. Um, it's fucking nuts. Like how far you can go. But I think the thing I'm extremely transparent on is that was genuinely your coaching that did that for me because I fucking failed to do it myself the whole time. Like 12 years before that, I knew you were a proven commodity because I read your stuff. I listened to your stuff obsessively, and then like when I went all in, which is how you achieve shit. You go all in. Yeah, you have to make the commitment. You have to put your money down. You have to be dead ass serious about it. Um, I've never I've never failed when I've gone all in. Like, when I've gone all in, I've fucking destroyed it.
100%, 100%. Me too. And it's funny when you look back and because you have those moments of struggle. You have that moments of maybe you're getting little bits of success, but it's not quite the success you want. Time and time again, I have gone through this where you're convinced that you're 100% all in. And you sort of do that arguing and that frustration, that almost complaining. You're like, it's not fair. Like, I'm trying so hard. And then you need someone to come along. And, I was that person for you. And I had other people that did that for me who were just like, bro, this is not all in. Like, good job. What you're doing is amazing, but you're talking to like 3 women a week. That's amazing. That is
Mm.
more than the average person, but that's not all in. All in is like 50 to 100. And I had some people give me those harsh truths as well, where they were like, bro, this is like, no, you have an unrealistic expectation of what success requires. Like, you're doing a little bit. That's amazing. Like, good fucking job, man. Good fucking job. But like, do 10 times that. I had the same. I still go through these lessons now. Sometimes we need to relearn the
Mm.
lesson multiple times. I've had moments with my YouTube channel and with coaching where I'm like, man, it's building so slow. Like, this is so slow. And then, I will go and watch Alex Hormozy or Gary V. He's a great one who will say, like, a lot of kids are sitting, and, I'm a kid compared to them. A lot of kids are sitting there complaining that their YouTube isn't growing enough, blah, blah, blah. And they're doing like 5 bits of content a week. Like, I'm out here doing 100, 150, and these kids are doing 5. And I heard that and I was like, I went and looked at my metrics and shit, and I was like, fucking hell, I'm only doing like 2 videos a week. Like,
Mm.
and so since
Yeah.
then, it's like, all right, what if I just do a video every day and a short every couple of days and an article once a week and a podcast at least twice a week? What happens? Yeah, you get 10 times the fucking results, like, obviously. And the same thing
Yeah.
with talking to women, man. How many guys have you worked with? How many guys have I worked with that, again, good fucking job even doing anything. But they'll say, like, I'm talking to maybe one woman a week, maybe one woman every 2 weeks. And it's like, well, statistically, she's probably not available because she probably has a boyfriend. There's like a 50-50 chance she has a boyfriend. So, like, it's going to take you 1 month to even talk to a woman who's single. Statistically, she probably doesn't like you because this is just the way it goes. The average person
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
like another average
Yes.
person. And so it's like, bro,
Yes.
it's going to take you a year to talk to one girl who's even available. And that's going to be your one shot in that year. You're going to fuck it up because it's like, holy shit, this is my one shot. This is the first woman that's shown any interest in me. And then you just go, fuck, I don't know what to do. And you fucking panic and you fall apart. And fair enough. So yeah, there's a hugely, there's almost like a humility thing that you need to go through where you're like, you've been telling yourself this story of I've been working so hard, I've been doing so much, and then somebody else or the universe tells you, no, you haven't. And it's like a slap in the fucking face because you're like, but I thought this was everything that I had to give. And it's like, no, son, you got another level you can go up into. In fact, you got several. Are you going to push yourself up to that level or are you going to quit? And those are the moments that make or break us. They really are.
Yeah, it's the 1 second decisions, right? And
Yeah.
we have to learn so much about how to think differently, right? Because it's the 1 second, it's the like give an example that good old Uncle Tony Robbins gives on the difference between someone who's a Hall of Fame golfer, someone who is considered one of the greatest of all time, and someone's a really top pro. Now, the difference is really when you look at them, they look Yeah, very capable. When you see them walking out onto the field, they've obviously got a mastery of their subject matter. Yet one is considered to be an all-time great, and the other very competent. What's the difference? Now he used the argument of the intangibles, subtle things, right? Small things. Yeah, dude, it's thinking.
Yeah,
It's
100%,
little subtle
100%.
things. Um, these little 1 second decisions that you can make, yeah, that those are really what separate you from being, well, if you look at the Ravi of old, who when things would get tough would stop, would didn't think he was worthy, didn't think he was capable, didn't think that people would want to work with him, didn't think all this shit. That was a 1 second decision that just stopped me from becoming the person that I could be. It was a 1 second decision that rather than making a firm commitment to actually shedding as much weight as I did, being stopped by low self esteem because I didn't think anyone would like me anyway, all that sort of shit, right? It's these subtle, minuscule, seemingly like insignificant things that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't fucking. But that is, as you say, Andy, there with the moments that make or break you, it's the devil's in the details. It's these subtle things, right? That conversely though, when you start to correct them, the outcomes that these can produce are ridiculous. It's like
And
what
quickly,
started
too.
off. Oh yeah. No, 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 no. Absolutely quickly, but like, you can get to places where you never dreamed of. Like shit can
Yeah.
happen that like. There's things going on in my life right now that are like really quite insane achievements.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm keeping some of them quiet because like it could some one or two projects that I'm working on could really excel, and then yeah, um, and it was these minuscule things of just like yeah, I'm very transparent. Like when I do other podcasts and stuff, it was signing up to your program, Andy, that started everything ascending. But then that's literally what it takes. People have to do that, right? Um, but that small action, right? All the things that came from that. Just consider moving to London, like meeting all those people, like getting like putting on all these events, like just getting the contact list. Like that was exceptional. Like really high level people who taught me so much, who opened doors to me. Then in the program, getting really close friendships with people. For example, Pal, who I live with now in Budapest, right? And that relationship, just being in that program and having that one relationship, do you know how much that brought me? Like how many things that I've done because of that? Like I've seen so much of the world. Like all things I've learned, the things that we work on collectively, different projects that we do together, like a minuscule action just takes you doing something relatively small, right? It will produce oversized outcomes. As you, some of it was quick, but then as you go along, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So
Yeah.
um, this rabbit hole that we've gone on, it's about the subtle changes that mindset can bring, right? And I could really go on and rabbit on, right? So I'm just gonna be careful there before I fucking just all my spastic ideas are just gonna come all over the place.
Well, I
Um,
can piggyback off that, brother. Like it is these tiny little decisions. Okay, if you think for half a second about like every big goal that you've achieved, like the weight loss, meeting people from my coaching program and then moving in with them and building businesses and all of that. If you start you can trace every single big goal that you've ever achieved, and I can do the same with mine, back to like a few little tiny decisions. Like it's that saying of like Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to climb a mountain in one step. Realize that every big goal that any of you might want to ever achieve, you don't have to do the whole goal all at once. Like we didn't. That's not how a goal works. It's just taking those little baby steps. It's making those, like you said, 1 second decision. It's like, okay, what about if I don't go to McDonald's today and I just try going to Subway and ordering a salad with a little bit of chicken on it? What if I try that? That could be the spark to you then losing 50 fucking kilograms, like 100 pounds, becoming super fit, getting an amazing body, having an amazing girlfriend or boyfriend, like turning into just an elite human being because you decided one day, you know what, fuck it. No McDonald's today. I'm just going to try something different. Like realize that every big goal that we've achieved has started from those small points. For me, it's like, what if I just fucking read more of this red pill shit? What if I just try going to the gym? I'm scared, but I would just fuck around there. I'll ask my friend to go
Mm.
with me because I'm too shit scared to go by myself. That's how that started. And then I lose all the weight, break up with the, relationship that I
Yeah.
was in that wasn't very happy. What if I just sign up for the good looking loser forums? I don't think that I deserve to be there. I think they're going to kick me off because I'm a loser. I don't think that I have any right to do the approach anxiety program. But what if I just sign up anyway and just fucking see what happens? So many lives are changed by just that one little tiny fucking seemingly insignificant decision. But it's not insignificant because it's like a domino effect. It cascades. It leads to like 10,000 other seemingly, you know, non-important decisions that then change your entire fucking life. So please, anyone listening, don't think that Ravi just woke up one day and was like, I'm going to fucking kick ass today. I'm just going to become an elite legend. It's like, no, it was like a tiny little fucking decision of like, fuck, I should pay this
Mm.
guy for coaching. And in my case, it's like, fuck it, man. Maybe I should read this book. Fuck it. Maybe I'll just try going to the gym. Maybe I'll go for a walk today. Like, maybe I'll just do this one thing. So think small, humble yourself enough to think small. Don't be thinking, like, have big goals, but often you just overwhelm yourself.
Yeah. In my case, it really was like I've told like everyone that it really was just signing up for Andy's coaching. Like I've been very transparent, and there was no fucking way I could have done it. There's no other coach I could have worked with. It just wasn't happening. I tried others. Believe me, I did. I tried three or four. Very grateful I was able to find Andy because it just worked beautifully. Um, and again, like if you look at my life now, dude, like I'm a fucking ass kicker. Like a fucking, I have a,
Well,
it's crazy, dude. Like, uh, life is good. Yeah, I'm pumping out a bunch of content. I literally just living all the things that I put work into learning. I'm able to approach women like every day, and literally like get just walk from the street, and then I've got a date with them later on that week. I just enjoy that, dude. Um, it's fun, yeah. But business wise, I've got my coaching business, which is great, and it's something I'm extremely passionate about. I love what I do, right? But I've also got other things going on as well. There's other projects I've got as well, yeah. With fascinating people, with brilliant people who it took fucking years to build some of these relationships. Really, it was a long shot, but I made it happen. And all of those things, just being ballsy, just like, dude, you know what it is? It's also being open minded actually and humble.
mm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
uh, to believe that like these things are possible. It's genuinely through like the compound effect and taking time and just showing up and showing up and showing up, you can achieve things that you didn't actually have any concept for. I thought some of these things were impossible, literally, right? And I even there was even like parts of me that really resisted and really just didn't want to believe and yeah, those aspects of my psyche in some ways, like I know myself now. I know like I'm very stubborn, and I can use it. It's a superpower because like when I start, I will literally just fucking yeah, yes, exactly like someone over
I'm very
here.
stubborn too. I'm very stubborn
Yeah,
too. Yeah, just a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yes, but it's a superpower in this regard because like and is an example of someone that once he's almost like if you ever seen in the fucking Marvel comics, there's like the Juggernaut, right? And when he's like he's no use in a desk, like they're seeing in a comp, but once he's fucking moving, he's literally unstoppable. He can't really you can't really do anything about it. And is an example of like I was watching a YouTube channel when it was like 10, 20. No, I think it was about 40. You've just continuously evolved, continue stuck at it, and continuously like lived your principles, right? um and this is definitely not easy. Like this is definitely challenging, like you've already alluded to in the previous. If you wind back a little bit, you're talking about, yes, I'm slow, I'm not growing as perhaps as fast as I'd like. Yet we all like go through those things. Like I have those things as well that happened to me, and I experience those things as well. And I can also be guilty of thinking, oh my god, what the fuck. I love this quote from Alex Hormozy where he says, when I reach a new low and I just don't see the point anymore. It's that point I know if I continue, I'll succeed because that's exactly when most people quit.
100%,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. And then you realize you're basically treading like uncharted territory or rarely charted territory. Because you're right, most people quit. And so, okay, if I can just get over this fucking hill, I will be in the
Mm,
promised
that's
land
it.
that most people don't get to. I
That's
will
it.
have something that most people don't have, and I will have done something that most people don't do. So therefore, and you say this in a non-conceited way, but like I will be special. I will have literally proven that I'm fucking special. And the way that
Yes.
the universe, the way that other people, the way that life seems to reward us is if you do something special that most people can't or don't do, other people go, wow, that's unique and special. And so, literally, like a big part of the reason why anybody watches my content is just because I haven't quit. And it might
Yes.
sound like retarded, but it's like a lot of you are literally sitting here watching me and definitely watching Ravi, the same story. You're just watching us and you're only interested because we just didn't quit. We're not special. In fact, we're both pretty fucking. We could list a laundry list of all the reasons we're not
Oh yeah.
special. And
Oh yeah. Fuck
trust
yeah.
me, we know those lists and we know each other's lists. Like
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
each other quite intimately, but like it's just not fucking quitting. And then people, there's just something about that. People are like, wow, this motherfucker like wanted to quit 100,000 times.
Mm.
Why didn't he? Maybe if I just don't quit, I can do it. Because he doesn't look that special. He doesn't look that amazing. Like maybe I can fucking do it too. So there is something quite unique about that. I really love that Alex Hormozy quote to pull it back. I know I
Mm.
interrupted, but holy fuck, man. Like if you just don't quit, that's when you're going to succeed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this becomes almost like a fucking spiritual concept, man. Like it really can. Like, there's times in the journey where it gets real, and like those who are truly committed and are truly going to go all the way. There's times where if you sincerely do not quit, yourself. Like that when I mean, winding back a little bit early on this year, like I was massively in love with a lady through no fault of her own, right? It just didn't work out, and that's cool. But I remember that day being more heartbroken than I even had any concept for. I remember that day feeling worse than I've ever felt in my entire fucking life, sitting down on the park bench, convulsing, almost starting to cry. And the first thought that came to my head is, if I approach today, I'm a fucking legend. And I went and did it. Yeah, I actually got up. I actually wanted to cry. I walked down the street and called approached 5 girls and got one's number. You see, and that's the shit. That's the shit. And then I got over that in like 3 days, and then carried on. But that's the thing. These universal principles being sewn into your mind, like if you like that's one of the things I'm most grateful for about the program. That being coached by yourself. These things are in me now. They're
Yeah.
actually in me. They're part of my fucking nervous system. Yeah, and because of that, do you know, like people get when they have that level of heartbreak, they're fucked up for months. I was
Oh,
cool in
yeah,
three
man.
days. It's not uncommon, and it's not something I'd even judge someone for at all. It's fucked. But I've been like, you ingrain this into your psyche. You know how much productivity I gained just by having that in my brain, having those philosophies in my brain. Like, um, I'd almost go as far as to say that mindset is the most powerful thing that we really have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Mindset, like, you then can impart your entire will. Like, through sheer force of will, the entire universe changes around you if you have your mindset right, so to speak.
yeah, it's. You see, this is the thing, though, right? This goes to show you how much is actually possible, and it goes
Mm.
to show you how people really. I mean, I used to say about this. Like many people, they get in their own way. They're allergic to money and all this sort of shit. And I thought about it a lot. I thought about it, and it's true, dude. Because like, um, if I consider some of the relationships that I built with, like, some of the people who, just like being a ballsy motherfucker, right? If I think about some of the relationships, or even like the people I connected with, anyone could have done that. Like other people were in the room. They could have also had the opportunity to go and fucking speak to them or whatnot. I did because I backed myself, right? I did just because of how I think.
Mm.
I just believe that no, I can fucking stand on that stage too. I can get my mic out. I can talk to all these people because I fucking belong here too. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what drives me, Andy, when those decisions are coming? I think about the shit that we did. Like, I beat a crippling case of approach anxiety. I'm not worried about what these people think of me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I was never going to lose. I thought I was going to die. I thought all this shit was going to happen. Yeah, no, and that gives you almost this sense of like, I don't know if it's a sense of entitlement or I don't know if it's an abundance mentality, but you think deeply inside yourself. No, 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 no. I
Y-
I'm getting this. This fucking belongs to me.
I think it's open mindedness. It's what you said before. You said two things before that we sort of moved past because we've been hitting a million topics now. This is a really fucking deep podcast. But you said two things. One was humility, one was open mindedness. I feel like those are the two things you learn when you just start achieving a few goals. You learn, okay, like my thoughts, when I say something's impossible, like I'm full of shit. I don't even fucking know. Like the universe is
100%.
bigger than me. Like life is bigger than me. And so that's humility. In other words, you start to approach every new goal with the humility to say, look, everything inside me, my ego, my doubts, my fears, my insecurities, my limiting beliefs are telling me this isn't possible. What the fuck do I know? I said the last thing wasn't possible. I need to shut the fuck up and just try. Like I literally have that voice in my head sometimes, and I'm gentle with it, but that voice will come in my head saying, no, you can't raise your price to this much money. No, no one will sign up. No, you can't do this. No, 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 you can't go on this podcast. You shouldn't even reach out to that person. They're bigger than you. Why would they want to talk to you? As soon as that comes into my head, I'm like, what the fuck do you know? Stop acting like you know. Like just shush, shush. Like literally, it's like I'm gentle with it, but it's like a little voice in my head saying like, shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Why don't you try and then we can see if it's true? And so that's humility. But then the second one, and very similar to that, is like open mindedness. You just start realizing that, I mean, your mind opens, but it feels like the entire universe fucking opens up to you. It feels like all of the doors suddenly open and they go, and they were already open to begin with, but they open and they say, hey, like you're allowed to come back here. Because for me, something that you've talked about a fair bit, and I've talked about this too, after I achieved the first couple of goals, which I really thought were impossible, and I know you fucking did too, you never believed that
Yes.
you would lose your virginity. When you
Yes.
achieve those first couple of like, quote, impossible goals, you realize like fuck, maybe nothing is impossible, and that's when all the doors open, or you finally recognize that they have always been open the entire fucking time, and you were the one saying, no, I can't walk through that door because I don't know what's on the other side, or I don't deserve to go through there, or only cool people get to go through that door, or only white people, or tall people, or this people, or rich people, or people with a great childhood, or whatever excuse that you use. But all the doors are fucking open. It's just that the vast majority of humans don't try walking through those doors, or they only walk through the doors that they think they're allowed to walk through. They have like a couple of doors they can walk through. But fuck, man, the entire universe is a fucking playground. And it took us achieving a few big goals to realize that.
Yeah, man, this is an extremely powerful point. So, firstly, you're absolutely accurate, but this point is extremely important. Like on humility, dude, this is really important. People suffer because they're not humble. People
Oh,
hurt
yeah.
themselves. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, but it's true, dude, and it's so true. It's so
You
true.
and me were both so fucking egotistical before we worked on goals.
Yeah,
You came to me saying, like, I can't do it. I'm Indian. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. I'm fat. I'm this. Like, you had 100 reasons. And I was like, bro, sorry,
yeah,
who's the coach who has done this like hundreds of times at this
yeah,
point?
yeah,
And you would
yeah,
argue with me. I did the same fucking shit. I would argue too. I'd be
yeah.
like, no, but like, I don't deserve to do that because of insert
Mm,
bullshit reason here. And it's like, sorry, what the fuck do you know? You haven't tried. You are literally a newbie who hasn't ever tried this fucking thing. Other people have tried it and succeeded. Other people coach hundreds of people on this thing. They know whether it's possible. They're telling you it's possible. We do this. We argue with the gurus. We argue with the people who write books. We argue with the motivational speakers, the people who have seen this hundreds or thousands of times. And we have a sample size of one, like us, ourselves, and not even a sample size of one because we've never even tried the fucking goal a lot of the time. So we have a sample size of zero. And we'll sit there with that big fucking ego going, no, see, you don't understand, but I'm actually, like
yeah.
this, or I'm this height, or I'm this, and so I actually do know that it's not possible. And it's like, no, you really don't. So yeah, humility, man. Holy
Mm.
fuck.
Yeah, dude, this is an extremely important point to make though, because like, firstly, you can go to the things I've already seen, like shit that I fucking couldn't believe would happen. Like I've genuinely done stuff at this point. Like even I haven't even talked about it publicly, but like shit that like it shouldn't really be possible, and I fucking did it. Yeah, through like just extreme persistence. Like even if like nothing else from here got achieved, just the fact that like one or two things that I've done for me personally, that they mean that anything is fucking possible. But like on the subject matter of humility, yeah, you close yourself up from finding solutions if you lack humility. Okay, so think about Andy. Andy recovered from a very horrendous case of depression, right? If you have the belief that you can't recover from depression, you could look at that depression guide, and you will come up with some shit. You'll say he's full of shit. No, dude. Me and him both know. I've genuinely been to the depths with that, and like, there's no sign of that left. But if you have this resistance and you're not willing to like believe that it's possible, if you like, and again, I don't judge anyone for this because I've been there myself so badly, and I was a horrendous case of it, and like I struggle with that a lot because of my own trauma, my own wounding, the own difficulties that happened to me. But we at some point, once we start achieving things, importantly, like all these things are uncoupled, depatterned, and think about how many people, right, could benefit from so many things. Now, I'll give you one example just to illustrate this. I remember when I was when I was like just lurking your post, Andy, before like you were on GLL at that time, like you weren't even fucking, you were struggling actually, to be honest with you. But I just obsessively like read your log and shit. And I just lurk and I just read things. Um, and dude, I was a very anxious person. I had a lot of anxiety. I couldn't even talk to you like this. And you know, one of the reasons why I didn't resolve that, when I was trying to find solutions and search for things online, like a lot of the information I found was very negative that suggested you can't actually recover from anxiety disorders, that they're just genetic and all this sort of shit. And I stayed with that for a while. I just thought, oh well, there was a comment, there was a review from somebody that they wrote, and they said, if it was possible to recover from these things, don't you think medicine would have found it? Don't you think it'd be worth billions? No, just cope, just manage, right? And because I just believed, and I wasn't willing to accept that you could recover, right? And I became quite defensive in those years, right? Now, of course, we know, like, I became so housebound agoraphobic, there was no way out anymore, and then I had to figure it out, and overcoming that was absolutely remarkable. I did it. I've completely shattered it. I'm very confident, outgoing, all the rest. But I had to get humbled by life and be showed that no, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. No, no. Just because you don't know how to fix this doesn't mean someone else doesn't. Just because my ass wasn't competent enough, didn't didn't have the right paradigms, was ignorant, couldn't even see the truth in front of my face because of my own lack of wisdom, my own lack
Yep.
of knowledge, my own lack of specialism, and it only fucked me. You see, so that's why like humility and being open-minded is mission critical, because you only hurt yourself if you're not.
Bro, to piggyback off of that, you know, the quote that you said before, if it was possible to overcome anxiety, wouldn't it be worth billions? I have addressed this point so many times, and so many other great minds have as well. The solution is often very simple. Like the solution to anxiety is often very simple. The solution to I'm scared to talk to women, the solution to I'm a virgin, the solution to I don't have any money. The solutions are pretty simple on paper. It really is. It's just show up every day, take a little bit of action to move slowly towards that thing. Just don't quit.
Yeah,
That sounds stupidly simple.
yeah,
Because it is so simple, that is the reason why most people don't do it. Like losing weight is not complicated. It is not fucking complicated. And people will overcomplicate it because if you and I have both lost weight, you've lost like 100 pounds or something. I've lost like
yeah,
77. We've lost a lot of weight. It wasn't complicated. That doesn't mean it was easy. It took us some effort and all of that kind of shit. There were lots of limiting beliefs, blah, blah, blah. It took a lot of time, consistency. But it wasn't difficult. It wasn't complicated. It really wasn't. It was like, we'll just eat less than you burn. That's it.
yeah.
Walk a little
I'm
bit
afraid
extra.
so.
Just don't eat. Yeah, don't stuff your face. That's it. Just like literally for most people on this planet, stop fucking overeating. Stop binge eating. You'll lose weight. Maybe cut out the alcohol. Boom, you'll lose weight. And so it's very simple. And that is the precise reason why people don't do it. Because they sit there and say that exact mindset. Man, that the solution that Andy and Ravi just said is too simple. You know, at the start of this podcast, we said the solution to all of your problems is just don't quit. That sounds so simple that you go, well, if it was really that easy, then everyone would be doing that and you'd be making billions of dollars. So it can't be that simple. And like you literally won't take the fucking medicine. You won't take the solution because you go, no, this solution, this medicine only has one ingredient. That's too. I want the complicated medicine that has 5,000 ingredients because then I'll know it's actually good. Then I'll know that it's worth more. And so if you were to realize that, if you were to wake yourself up and go, fuck, man, maybe I could have lost weight for the last 10 years. Maybe me sitting on the couch watching Netflix and getting obese, like, fuck, maybe I didn't have to do that. Your entire narrative falls apart in that moment if you have that realization. If you go, fuck, man, maybe it's not complicated. Maybe I can just lose weight. You have to like then look at the last 10 years of your life and go, fuck, every time I said to someone, I don't lose weight because it's difficult or it's hard or I can't lose weight, every time I said I can't lose weight, that was a lie. Holy fuck. I've lied to like
Mm,
thousands of people at this point. I've lied to myself every day.
mm,
Every day
mm.
I said I need McDonald's because I had a hard day at work. That was a lie. Oh my God, I said that lie like 10,000 times. Like the whole fucking, your whole world, your whole identity has to fall apart. And that can be terrifying. And so what people do is they cling to that narrative and they say, you know, it's their ego, it's their lack of humility. They go, no, look, I'm anxious. I can't, I can't fix my anxiety. I'm depressed. I can't fix that. Like I can't. Like I literally can't because in order for them to start getting better or to start working through that or evolving or growing or whatever, they first have to let go of their identity or their ego. And that's fucking difficult. And that's why I love that you bring up humility. I've had this conversation with so many depressed people that I've worked with and suicidal people.
Mm,
I did a podcast and interview with a woman that I worked on with her depression recently. And
yeah.
I have this conversation and I'm very gentle with it when I have this conversation, but I would just gently say, like, you're really arrogant. And every depressed person that I say that to, every single one is like, "What? I'm not arrogant. I'm the most humble person ever. Listen, I think I'm a piece
Yeah.
of shit. That's the opposite of arrogance. Like I'm the most humble person on the planet." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You
Mm,
think you're special. You think that the things that I did, that Ravi did, that other people who've worked through their depression did, won't apply to you. You think you're a special case." And I say this conversation very gently because
yeah.
depressed people are in a place of pain, and I understand that. I was
Hmm.
there, so were you. We understand it. So you got to
Yes.
be gentle with these conversations. But the first thing I have to teach them is humility. Like, I'm sorry, but you're just not special. I still to this day will get an email once every 2 weeks, sometimes once a week, from some or a comment on my YouTube. Big long fucking 10 paragraph email or comment from someone saying, here's all the things that are fucked up about me. I know that you say that everybody can change. I know that your motto is this. I know you have like hundreds of fucking client interviews and testimonials and bullshit like that, but I can't change, can I? And every single time I'm like, why are you so special? Like why the fuck you? Like, do you know how many people have said that
Mm,
to me, to you? I can't change. And then we help them change or we watch them change. Every single time. You're one of the best examples of this. Someone who's like, no, like I literally am just too fucked. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm way
Yes.
too I thought the same shit. I thought the same shit. I
Yeah.
was like 28 years old
Mm,
in a fucking toxic, abusive relationship where I just let my girlfriend fucking hit me and I just put up with that shit. I had zero fucking friends. I was like fucking, my self esteem was in the toilet, like zero. And I was like, no, like
yes.
literally on paper, I'll be 30 in like a year or two. I have like no fucking money. I have no job. I have no friends. I just left an abusive relationship. Like literally, like what the fuck? Like I have nothing on paper. I can't even invent some.
Mm,
I don't even have fucking friends. I can't even be like, oh, I have some. At least I have friends, or at least I have a little bit of money. At least I have a job. Nothing. I was convinced, like, no, I'm like literally preordained by the universe to be a loser. I'm not supposed to be. And it's like all the shit that I've done, if that is fucking possible. But yeah, so many people just come with that lack of humility, and it can be
mm.
terrifying to let go of that. It was terrifying for you. You fought me for like a
Yeah.
year or so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I did. I did. And that I think about that a lot, dude. I think about that a lot. Like, that was really like I was so hurt, dude. I was just so fucking hurt. Like just by the course of life, the wounding, the difficulties that you know, the needs not being met, and also just most of it, like 90% of it self inflicted when like I took on
Yes.
beliefs about myself, right? That I'm not
Yes.
worthy. So
And,
most of
and
it,
and
like
to be clear, you didn't do that intentionally. None of us hurt ourselves intentionally. We don't choose to have limiting beliefs, but yeah.
yeah, we worked through that like in the coaching, and I became aware of that, and like pain and trauma and the things that we do carry, like we do get in our genuinely we get on our own ways. These narratives, like if they go on for a really long time, they can really like obscure things. But like the thing is though, right? The thing that like again we started this conversation, which is amazing by the way today, but like we started by talking about universal principles, and one of those universal principles is that every aspect of us is designed to be moldable and fixable and can change. That's the way it works. I'm sorry, but like, there's nothing I can do to stop neuroplasticity from occurring in the brain. There's nothing I can do, right? I can't. Operant conditioning is one of the most proven things in psychology. They do it with fucking pigeons, rats. There's nothing me or Andy can do that can stop it from happening, right? You put the right measures in place, the right processes. Like Andy had me just doing simple things, just going out and fucking like talking to one chick, right? That changed my brain over time. I repeated it like a motherfucker. Like I did it daily, like for like almost a year and a half. And of course, then like all the anxiety's gone. Like I just can talk to anybody, anytime. But the point here is that it's inevitable if you do the right things that you're going to change, you adapt. Like we know these things, like in physiology, Wolf's law, that if you don't use it, you lose it. If you
Yep.
just start to use this shit, you'll be surprised what happens, right? Um, and again, I say that as someone, I can say these statements to you now, right? Having gone through a change process, having lost, you know, 80 plus pounds, having like overcome like clinical level anxiety, having moved firstly out of my parents' house and into London, and then like again, then getting free promotions, and then starting a business, and then like being effective in that, and then like being completely location independent now. I can go anywhere in the fucking world. Like all of this shit is changes that happened over time, um, and even I may at times feel like a lot of pain, right? Because that is the journey. Believe if you have big dreams, if you are very ambitious, but I am, right, and you want to get really high in life, and it's a burning desire, you can feel some type of way sometimes, right? But I know so deeply at the very core of my being, it's so fucking deeply entrained in me. There's certain things I learned from Andy, right? If you give yourself permission to suck, I tell myself this 100 times a day, dude.
I
Right?
tell myself
It's
this a
that
hundred times a day too. Yeah.
it's that profound. This is that profound. This is that profound. This is worth in itself. This you can make $1 million just off this if you just apply this and deeply embed it into your psyche. This is enough to accomplish anything in your career, in your personal life, in your anything. Really, it is right. Um, like I know if I just put myself in an environment, right, and I just take the action, and I just show up every day and just do what I have to do. My brain is adapting. My physiology is adapting. I'm learning. I'm seeing patterns. It can suck. It can be uncomfortable. I may have to eat shit for 7, 8, 9 months, 12 months, whatever. I've already fucking done this for years, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm not worried about having to do this. And another thing I'm just going to touch on, right, about the simplicity of these things, because I appreciate, as you say, Andy, it's deceptively simple, right? That for me at this point, how I see this now, if it's as deceptively simple as that, how the world works in this counterintuitive way that design or evolution has made the world, I know there's truth there. If it's that simple, I know there's some truth there.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like you said before, the Alex Ramosi quote. If a lot of people aren't doing it, it might be the way to success. And most people don't do the simple thing. And it's like, well, fuck. Look at most people. Are most people happy with their weight and their body? Fuck no. Are most people happy with their sex life and dating life and relationships? Fuck no. Are most people happy with their money? Fuck no. So why would I do the complicated thing that most people are doing? And if no one's doing the simple thing, maybe that's why none of them are fucking happy. So yeah, there's truth there.
I think one of the things, like towards like sometimes you post things in the group around just people that you're interested in and like people you've learned from. I think, of course, you're a fan of Famosi, and I
Yep.
remember you post videos about like just his advice on for people like myself or entrepreneurs and whatnot. And it comes down to deceptively simple things. Like one of them I watched that you linked to was, well, if you just do 100 minutes on content, or alternatively, if you just send 100 DMs a day, within a year, trust me, you'll be doing very well, right? But here's the thing: the devil's in the details. No one's gonna fucking do that, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
see?
know. I know. I know.
That's why he can say he can give away the shop, right? He can give away the shop because no one's gonna do that. Yeah. but that's the reality. Like it's that simple. He can tell, like Andy can give you all the information on self improvement that you'll ever need. There's not really, in my opinion, like the healthiest way to go about relationships. Like I'm trying to find somebody. I'm trying to like build a family. How I think you should think about it is literally as Andy says. You're on the same team. You add value to each other's lives. You be honest, right? Overall, like everything that you need is kind of here, right? More or less, like how to achieve any goal, the right ways to think. I still study all this shit. I still read these articles. I still watch these videos. I still take time every week to just review this shit. I'm a work in progress. I've been going for like 2 years, right? I was fucked before then, right? So and you did this for like 8 9 years at this point, right? So it takes time, you know. But like those articles, right? They are extremely deep and profound. Just because they're free and on there, you could maybe not even see that. But if I was to charge somebody, a couple $1,000 for the same information, then it'd be a revelation, right? This is the funny thing in which we work. Um, but I feel like I'm kind of at some level kind of okay with that because I know that when you make a proper commitment, you have to put your money where your mouth is sometimes, right? Um, it was the life changing thing. Signing up with you was the life changing thing. There was no other way I was going to achieve those things. You know what I mean? So you could make the same argument for even me because I was reading things, I was listening to the podcast, but it wasn't until I really made a firm commitment that things started to really, really take shape. And I think that's a peculiar thing to do with just the human animal, and the way we work in general.
On the topic of something you said like 5 or so minutes ago on neuroplasticity, you said neuroplasticity is always going on. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, basically your brain builds habits. There you go. That's the easiest way of explaining that. But there are literal physical changes in your brain when you do that. There's a quote, neurons that fire together wire together. In other words, if the electrons, the electricity, whatever the fucking is, the magic fairies go from one neuron, one part of your brain to another. If they do that pathway enough times, that pathway is strengthened. That's how we build habits. Literally, a physical change in your fucking brain on a really small scale is causing you to do that habit. So if I brush my teeth 50 times, the first 10 times I do it, it's hard. That's why it's hard to get children to start brushing their fucking teeth. You do it 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. Most of you, if I say to you, what did you do when you brushed your teeth last night? You're like, fucking hell, I don't even remember brushing my teeth. When did I brush my teeth? Well, I clearly did because my breath was nice and I flossed as well. And fuck, like when did that happen? You don't even remember it because it's such a fucking habit. And so understand that neuroplasticity, as in habit building, is just the way that we humans and animals, a lot of them do it too. It's the way that we
Mm-hmm.
humans just go about the day. And so the point that I'm getting to here is you are constantly building habits, whether you want to or not. You just are.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you say, no, I'm not, I'm trying not to build a habit, you are then building a habit of not building a habit. You're building a habit of being a spontaneous person. You can't get away from building habits. It's just the way that your fucking brain physiology works. And so understand neuroplasticity or habit building is going on constantly. And then when you think about that, okay, so then I'm either building positive habits and ways of thinking, or I'm building negative ones. Like it's going to happen regardless. They'll either be positive or they'll be negative, or maybe they'll be neutral, but like one of those three things. Let's just talk about positive and negative. And so it's up to you which ones you choose. And so a lot of people will go, yeah, I don't care that much about goals. Understand you're then building negative habits. Like understand you are doing that. There's a really good book that I love on this topic called The Slight Edge. And a point that he makes is there's no neutral in life. Like we think we're treading water, we think we're being neutral. I go to my job, I come home, I just have a normal life. Like, no, understand there's only going up, building positive habits, or there's going down, building negative habits. There isn't treading water. If you think you're treading water, you're actually really slowly going down. Like complacency is the nature of humanity, it is because we're built, like all animals, to conserve energy. Like we're built to be, and I don't use this word, but like lazy, complacent, safe. Like we are built that way because that conserves energy. That's fucking smart from a biological point of view. And so understand if you're not pushing yourself and growing and trying to evolve and learning and trying to become more, whether you realize it or not, you are on that like downwards trend. You are building negative habits, whether you realize it or not. So if this shit is going to happen anyway, if you are going to build habits anyway, My thinking is, well, I may as well build some fucking habits that serve me, that lead to a slightly better
Hmm.
life. And then time starts to work for you. Because the average person, time works against them. They talk about, oh, fuck, I'm getting older. I feel worse. Oh my God, my body hurts more. Oh, fuck, I'm running out of time. Like, time is the enemy for most people. But for you and I, and for most of our audience, if you can just improve yourself 0.1% every day, like the tiniest little bit, then you start to look at time as your friend. You don't sit there and say, fuck, one day I'll be too old and nobody will like me and I'll be gross and old and smelly and I'll die. No, no, no. You go, fuck, man. Okay, so I've made myself a little bit better today. Fuck you. And you start to run the calculations. You're like, okay, if I just wait a week, I'll be a little bit better. What about a month? What would I be able to do in a year? Fuck, 10 years. Where would I be in 10 years? And you start to get excited about the future and excited about the clock and excited about the
Hmm.
calendar because you're like, I know I'm slowly going up and I just need humility and patience. If I wait long enough, yeah, maybe one day I'll have $1 million business. Maybe one day I'll have an amazing wife and kids, and the kids will love me, and it'll be amazing. We'll have a beautiful house because you'll understand that you're on that like success trajectory. So habits are going to happen regardless of whether you want them to or not. You're either going down or going up. That's your fucking choice. And I understand it is a choice. It's not just happening to you. It's a choice.
That is a beautiful philosophy for self improvement because that, like, here's the thing, right? This is a very deep subject matter, but let's just like unpack this a little bit more. Like, so Andy touched on a lot that is genuinely the right way to think about this. This is genuinely the right way to process this. And here's just to like add to this. When we come to this process, we haven't built this neurology yet. Yeah, we haven't ingrained these patterns. We haven't ingrained all the beliefs, all the behaviors. You know how many neuroplastic, how many pathways you have to build. You go through life, you're conditioned by school, you're conditioned by the media, by your family, by politics, just by culture, right? Those neural pathways are being established in our brains. They're occurring without us really knowing. It's a very unconscious thing, right? As we get into self improvement, we have to build a different type of brain. We have to like ingrain a lot of these ways of thinking. We have to ingrain a lot of these behaviors, habits, ideas, concepts, and it starts very, very, very fucking fuzzy, dude. Like you're not going to like to the extent to which I've now like ingrained never quitting is fucking absurd. Like it's fucking absolutely insane the extent to which I can go and just not quit, right? But that happened not from the first few times. I mean, I was having extreme mental breakdowns, and I had to get Andy to fucking talk me down 120 times a month. But like through that, through that, I built this neural pathway. Those important moments that like reshape my brain and carve these things. And then here's the really fascinating point. As you go through the timeline of self improvement, these neural pathways strengthen. They actually get stronger. You commit to them more. You give them more conscious nourishment. Yeah. As you give them more conscious nourishment, they strengthen. The brain needs repetition. If you want to learn how to play guitar and you play guitar once a month, you're never really going to become a musician. If you play guitar in a small, structured way, 5 minutes a day, by the end of the month, you'll hold a tune. This is how we do it with self improvement. If we just keep showing up and build neural pathways and build neural pathways, and it's just the act of you could just read a few of the books from, for example, Andy's book recommendations every day, and that'll start to wire some of these into your brain. You can just approach a few women. You can just do a 15-20 minutes work on your goals, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to build a brand, whether you want to become a content creator. Just doing little bits in a consistent fashion. You're building your brain. You're knitting neural pathways, and the rewards for this are you don't know where you're going to be in a year because this stuff, like, it's like watering a garden. It begins to flourish and bloom at a certain point. These things are internalized, and these are some of the most powerful things that you could internalize in your life. Having like a more abundant, you know how much pain this will save you from, how much suffering. People get fucked in life because they don't know this shit. People have to weep because they haven't carved this into their head. Yeah. And it just limits them, and they don't get to where they could get, right? So I personally would rather spend a year or two just ingraining these things into my psyche and live life at a far higher level, right? So it's almost like an investment that we all have to make, the first few years of just implanting these into our brains.
Yeah, I love what you said about like you're reconfiguring, you're rewiring, you're remaking your brain. I think you used the word um I forgot what you said, but it was we have to build a different brain. There you go. It's like, yeah, yeah. You really have been, and I don't mean this in a malicious way, but you really have been plugged into the matrix growing up. Like we
Mm,
have, and that's not a bad thing. It's just
mm,
it's humans doing their best. It's like we teach kids to do things a certain way because it's easier for us, and we're trying to help them. But understand that what's been drilled into your brain has been drilled into your brain by average people. And not that's not a bad thing or a good thing. It just is what it is. And so understand that if average people have taught you the rules of society and the rules of the world and how to be a human and all of that, other people have taught you how to be average because they're average. That's all they know. Like the average person, the average teacher, the average parent, the average human doesn't know how you can build $1 million business. They don't know. And fair enough, they just don't know. They don't know how to build a relationship built on honesty, integrity, trust, love, actual love, not conditional love. Most people in a relationship, their mindset is if you loved me, you'd do what I want. And so it's sort of a very conditional love. I'll only love you and you'll only love me if we do what each other want. And so the average person doesn't know how to do those higher level goals that we're striving for. By definition, if you're into self
mm.
improvement, you are trying to do the rare thing. You're trying to do something that maybe only 1% of the population have done. And so
Yeah.
you have to understand that you've been given a blueprint for life or a set of rules or a set of instructions, like an instruction manual for life, that is how to be an average person. Now, everybody will tell you this is how to be a human or this is how to be a man. Here's how to be a real man. Real men do this, real women do this. That's how they phrase it. But I want you guys and girls to start adding the word average in there because that's what people are teaching. They don't know that. Funnily enough, the average person through the Dunning-Kruger effect doesn't realize that they're average. And that's
Yeah.
not good or bad. This isn't to shit on average people. It's just they're doing the average. And so if you want to be something outside of average, yeah, you kind of have to discount or throw away, or at least I wouldn't say throw away because a lot of it is useful. At least question everything that you've been taught. Like, do I want to sit there and watch the news for 2 hours a day? Does that help my mindset? Does it help me to sit there and watch Netflix or look at porn or drink alcohol and do all of that instead of working on my goals? Do I really want to go to a 9 to 5 job or could I get a remote job? Could I build a business? Could I do this? Is it really creepy to not hit on women? Sorry, is it really creepy to talk to women and hit on them that I don't know? Is that wrong? Everybody tells me it's wrong. Is it really wrong being a man, having desires? Is it wrong doing this? Is it wrong standing out? Is it wrong questioning authority? That's a big fucking one. The average manual for life is like, don't question authority, don't stand out, don't be the black
Mm,
sheep. And it's like, you can do that, and that's a perfectly okay life, but it isn't necessarily the life that a lot of you want. So you have to understand, as Ravi said, like, if you want the non average life, if you want something a little bit more elite or a little bit more interesting, yeah, you have to build a different fucking brain because the brain that you've got, the mindsets that you've got, the tools that you have got are fantastic if you want to be average. They are like god tier tools. Like, don't stand out, do what the authorities tell you, listen to the government, shut the fuck up and do as you're told, don't cause a stir, don't try and be too big for your boots, don't do anything scary because you might fail and you'll stand out and look like an idiot. That's a great way of building a comfortable, like, normal life. You might even be happy doing that. But
yeah.
yeah, if you want something a little higher than that, you need a different brain.
Yeah, this is it, right? So one quote that I love is that consistently engaging in average behaviors will produce average outcomes. And the corollary is consistently engaging in above average behaviors will produce above average outcomes. So the best way to get what you're looking for in life is to simply pay the price. Now, here's the thing. When you consider like the gap there, right? So paying the price. Here's what that sometimes looks like. That looks like Andy moving to the city centre, having to take out a huge loan and going all in believing that he's gonna really work out this area of his life. He's gonna really work it out, right? And having to fucking eat ramen noodles, having to fucking live humbly, you know, um, having doubts, and having to just put the other things off in life and say, I'm going to figure this out come hell or high water, and go fucking so deep down that rabbit hole that what came out of that is a legendary, like, understand that Tinder guide, like, is still not beaten. That's still, it's never probably gonna be, like, it's still, but that was because you went so far beyond what anyone else did before, right? That's fucking pretty nuts, dude. Went into a whole lot of debt, and stood true to your principles. That I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to just grind with it, right? That is an example of where you engaged in kind of behaviors that were really considerably outside average. But then, of course, let's see the you can see how that produced oversized outcomes, right? That produces a fucking community of like 2,000 plus people who've, you know, people are changing their lives, and it's but more than anything else, like, people are like this community. There's actually like people coming together, like actually having brotherhood and shit in a lonely world. That's like something that it's so important to me to see that, right? So all these good things came out of you having the balls to do that, right? And take take risks. Same with the business, right? After that, going into almost 100K debt, right? Like, when I tell people this, right? I tell people, right, in my just as I'm meeting people, as I'm, because they ask me like, who is your coach and whatnot. Um, that's very ballsy. That's very fucking ballsy, right? I know you had to go to your parents, all this shit, right? Um, but the outcomes that produces, like, it hits so many people. It inspires so many people. It teaches like people like me that that's what commitment looks like. That's what, like, not truly not giving in looks like, right? And these are the really powerful things. These are stories in my head. Um, People, if they're in the program, right? And I was in the program when you're going through a lot of this shit, right? So you're
Yep.
right close to it. It gets into you in a level that otherwise, I mean, we were at the cutting edge of that shit. It was an incredible time to just go through all that. Now, see, that's the thing there, right? Um, Understanding that, like, as you want those sorts of outcomes, right? That are just outside normal average people's outcome, their scope. Like, you're absolutely allowed to go through those things if you've got desire, if you've got, like, if you just want to experience these things, dude. It's a sacred thing. Yeah, if that's what your heart and soul yearns for, you're going to become a better person in going for that, in going down that road. You're going to be a happier, more productive, more effective, more knowledgeable, more smart. Like, how many things you can teach other people because you had the balls to go down that rabbit hole, right? How many things that you don't even know how much that inspired other people like me. How that when shit's getting really tough for me, I can think about that and keep going, right? And at some level, you may have thought, well, I'm just figuring this out, whatever. No, 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 dude. It helps across every facet of life, right? In every facet of life, it has deep, like, deep utility, because you had the balls to pursue your goals and go for what you wanted in life. Yeah, and that's extremely empowering. Um, but equally, like, there's a difficulty that you experience in that road. The sleep. I know. I mean, I've watched so much of your stuff. I've, like, listened to the podcast, like, all the way from the start, like, a couple times through. And I know there was sleepless nights, and I know there was sacrifice, and I know there was, like, bad times, right? And I know there was, like, all that, right? And the doing of genuinely hard things, right? You need to ingrain these principles, because that's what gets you through. That's what allows you to survive them, right? Um, there is, at some level, a moment that you, and this is great because a lot of your posts recently are about telling people to think more in terms of decades, and I agree with that. Like, the longer
Yeah.
time outlook, I genuinely agree with that so much, dude. So fucking much, dude.
Yeah, rather than
Because, like,
expecting results immediately. Like, oh, I've been doing
no,
it for
no,
a
no,
month.
no,
Why
no.
hasn't it worked? It's like, no, think in terms of years or decades. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's not to say you can't start to,
Oh,
even
of
the
course.
month. Every month is critical. Every month is mission critical, because you're changing your brain. You're building
Mhm.
neural pathways. That month, there's to get to here. You still have to go through month to build the
Yes.
fucking neurology, right? It's like in the gym, right? you can't just go there and expect to bench 4 plates aside, right? You have to go through the whole journey to build the physiology, to build the um the musculature, the tendon strength, the bone density. That's what you're doing in self improvement, dude. You're going through all this process to build the underlying machinery to accomplish these big goals. Because I feel like, if you dream of having a platform, if you dream of having a business, if you dream of like doing like high ticket stuff and all the rest, like, you know, your brain needs to function at a certain level to be able to endure all the stresses and strains, right? For guys like who've been through the journey, like been there and done that, man. Like it was at one point, it was a daily thing to have all this shit, all the chaos, all the doubts, all the beliefs, all the things going on. This process makes you like such a better human being.
Yes.
Yeah, such a better human being. And having the maturity to say, to build a really great business, it might take years, dude, right? And that's cool. You make incremental. I mean, yeah, I've done pretty well for my first year according to like averages. It's great. Um, and I've got obviously massive goals and massive dreams, and I'm gonna do them. But like, I'm realistic that to really get the vision that I've got in my brain and make that a reality, right? That could be another 5, 10 years. And I am
Yep.
so okay with that. I'm genuine. Like, you put me in a lie detector, and I was 100% say, yeah, cool, absolutely fine. There's no part of me that has any issue with that timeline. You know what I mean? Um, and that I feel like was part of my journey that I had to come to. And it's great that you talk a lot more about this now. Like you a lot more of your posts, for example, and certainly some of this recent content encouraging us to think more in terms of like an expanded time horizon. It's mission critical, dude. Um, to even get one's dating life, where like for example, if I'm trying to find the person I'm gonna fucking die with, dude. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like my best friend in the world, like I'm gonna go all the way with. That's not something to be rushed. It's okay if it takes a few years. It's an
Yeah, I mean, you
investment.
could rush into that. So to be clear, you're talking about like finding a partner, building a family. It's like
Yeah,
so many people rush into that though because they're like, I got to lock down a girlfriend or I got to lock down a boyfriend and get married and shit. And it's like, what the fuck? That's like saying I need a CEO for my potentially $1 billion company. Fuck, I just need to hire someone right now. It's like, what the fuck? And hire that person and keep them on for the rest of their life, no matter what. It's like, what the fuck? We wouldn't rush that decision. So yeah, people do that weird thing with relationships where they're like, I gotta lock someone down now, and it's like, okay, but they probably won't be the best match for you.
yeah, and look how we change as people as well. How like we
Yep.
learn more. How like our perspectives change, right? This is a very individual game. This is a very
Mm.
individual road. Like you know yourself what you're really looking for. I know like there was times where you thought you were self-medicating. There were times where you thought that, well, maybe not everyone wants the same thing as I do. And I know people like Ed were people who like kind of made you think in slightly different terms. And you, of course, went through the change process and had a few paradigm shifts. And I noticed myself as well. Like the more I went like deeper and deeper into the experience and just continued to persist and whatnot. Like the things that I truly value are like human potential and like seeing problems solved and stuff like that. And like I genuinely like really love it. And like you learn more about your whys, where you ascribe meaning. Like and even though I knew it was important, as time went on, like how much like my soul yearns for like proper family and shit like that.
Mm.
That that was way beyond what I even thought. As I got to know myself more. Because I can be out there like really grinding, dude, really putting work in and like achieving and striving, and all these things can be going on. And people are patting you on the back. Oh my god, dude, this is unbelievable. And then like I can see a guy walking down the street with this, and I really think, and he's with his kids, and I really think, dude, that seems so cool. Like that just seems so cool. Like I don't know. Like I'm looking forward to that. You see, um, and things like that were what encouraged me to think in a way longer timeline, dude. I'd rather get to know myself more. Rather just get to just go for the deeper experiences and um, kind of start to think a little bit differently.
Yeah, one of my favorite questions to ask people when they come to me for coaching is why. So if some guy comes to me and says, I want to have sex with 10 women, I'm like, why? Like, what's the deeper reason? What is this leading to? What is the point of this? Same with money. I want to make more money. Why? Why? Tell me what, why? And deeper reasons come up, and they're always so beautiful to hear. Well, I want more money so I can save a bunch, so I can buy a beautiful house, so I can have a family, and I'll love my wife, and she'll be proud of the house that we have, and the kids will love it, and blah blah blah. Cool. That's the reason that we're doing this shit. Same with sex. I want to have sex more and get laid more, so that I can know that I can commit to a woman because I would have chosen her. I'm not just picking the first woman that's interested in me. I know I have options. I can then build a beautiful family with her. Great. I love those reasons. Let's start wrapping up. As much as I feel like I
Sure.
could sit here and talk to you for the next 20 fucking hours, and we both
You
probably would,
know, bro. Oh yeah.
what are you working on next? What's next in the life of Ravi? What are the goals?
Hmm. My principal goal right now is to really build and scale my business. I run a high performance and accountability coaching business. So I work with a range of people, a lot of agency owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, people just looking to get really consistent with their performance and drive the needle movers forward. My approach is very holistic. It involves a lot of different things, biohacking and whatnot. And I'm just going really hard on scaling this. I have another side project that I'm working on. I'm building my brand, and my self improvement is still something I'm committed to. It's an ongoing thing for me. It's a daily thing for me. Learning, studying, becoming the best version of myself. I've got a big plan for where I'm going to go, and I'm just taking it one step at a time.
You will absolutely get there, my friend. I will leave a link in the description to your YouTube channel if anyone wants to check you out, if anyone wants to talk. Final question to you, my friend, as someone who went through my coaching program, and holy fuck, you did a whole lot. You made a lot of fucking changes, brother. What would you say if somebody else listens to this and they like the idea of signing up for coaching, with me, but they're still a little bit on the fence, a little bit hesitant? What would you say to that guy or that girl?
Yeah. So look, I need to be transparent. Like, this can be the most life changing thing you ever do. It was for me. And I mean that seriously. I mean that genuinely seriously. You need to understand that, like, I lost 80 pounds. I lost my virginity. And I had plenty of partners in addition to that. I got over like a crippling level of approach anxiety. Um, I got promotions. I went location independent. I started a business. I like the list truly I expanded my network greatly. Right, the people that I've got around me, like, is an extremely valuable resource. Um, I've done so many things that I just didn't think I would ever do, and why that happened was I just found the right coach for me. That's really it. I just found the right coach with the right approach, the right philosophies, and it was just a superb fit. If you've listened to Andy's content, you kind of vibe with it. You probably That's probably for a reason. Andy's approach is probably going to be what unlocks your human potential. And here's the thing, like, I tried other, it was frustrating trial and error. I did try it with other people and couldn't make it work. I changed my entire fucking life, right? And it was because I had the guts to do it. I I took a chance, right, and went all in and listened and tried my ass off, and I had to humble myself. I had a lot of problems, dude. A lot of problems. A lot. It was a fucking laundry list. So there's not even enough time of day to go into how fucked my situation was. Okay, but like, it should have been impossible, and we fucking made it work, dude. So all I can tell you is, if a guy who was like completely obese, like completely riddled with anxiety, had been depressed, hadn't left his fucking room of his parents' house for years, like had never been on a date, had never like had sex, was convinced he's gonna die alone, had a litany of health problems, right? That is too long to fucking list. Could completely kick all of that into the dust and be thriving and be like on his way to like a lot of success. then I'm pretty fucking sure you can too.
It's the motto of the website, right? It's the motto of the coaching.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You're the
Oh
poster
yeah,
child. I have you in mind
yeah,
when I
man.
say that. If Ravi can do it,
Oh
you
yeah,
sure as hell can too.
fucking can too. I trust me, you can.
Oh yeah, brother. I will leave a link in the description, like I said, to your channel, to my coaching program. I super fucking appreciate you being here. It has been a hell of a journey. We're obviously still in touch, so I can't wait to see
Yep.
where you go for the rest of your life. I'm super excited, but I appreciate you, brother. I have so much love for you, so thank you.
You too, brother. You are a living legend. In honestly, you are without a shadow of a doubt the greatest of all time in self improvement. You are. You are. So
I
thank you for
appreciate
the
you so
service you
much.
do. Thank you for the service that you do for people. Thank you for how fucking selfless you've been. Thank you for how much you've done for other people. It consistently blows my mind how much you fucking put out there. And like shit that people maybe don't even know. The fact that Andy built a whole fucking community, like, he put his own money up. He invested so much time in structuring it and creating it, and he did it so people can get help at every level. So it's very few people do these sorts of things, right? So we need to be extremely grateful, and I genuinely am, Andy. I genuinely am. I really appreciate it, right? So thank you for this conversation today. It was a total pleasure.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you too.
Beautiful.